That's what prayer is like with God. Prayer is not just asking for things, it's talking with Him. It's sharing your heart, your joys and sorrows, your questions and gratitude. When you see a beautiful flower and say, "God, how can something be so beautiful?" That's prayer. When you feel sad and whisper, "Lord, why does my heart hurt so much?" That's prayer too. When my child asked me, "Why should I pray?" One day, my teenage child asked me, "Mom, you always say that everything is God's will, right? If He answers our prayer, that's His will. And if He doesn't, that's also His will. You told me that God already knows what we need and gives us what's best for us. But I prayed for something, and He didn't give it to me. You said that maybe I just don't understand yet, but someday I'll know why. Then, if every prayer, answered or unanswered, is God's will, why should I pray? Even if I don't pray, He'll still give me what's good for me. And if something isn't good for me, He won't give it to me no matter how much I pray. Then why do you always tell me to pray, Mom? What's the point of praying?" At that moment, I couldn't answer. Honestly, I had asked myself the same question many times. Why do we pray? What are we praying for? And what exactly is prayer? There was a time when most of my prayers were about asking for something I wanted. "Lord, please make me financially secure. Give me health. Let our house be sold. Help me pass my exam." I prayed as if I were submitting a petition, pleading earnestly for what I wanted. But one day I suddenly thought, does God really give me something just because I prayed for it? Or does He withhold it because I didn't? Even the lilies of the field are clothed in splendor greater than Solomon's. Wouldn't the same God give His children something even better? Then maybe I don't need to ask for anything at all? As time went by, the way I prayed began to change. I stopped praying mainly for my own needs and began to pray for different things. "Lord, please give me wisdom to raise my children in faith. Give my family true peace so that others may see You through us. Help me live as an example so that those who don't believe won't stumble because of me." After that change, I noticed that the desperate tone in my prayer slowly disappeared. I used to cling to God, pleading earnestly for what I wanted, but now I often find myself wondering, is what I'm asking for truly good for me? Is it really in line with God's will? And my prayers usually end like this: "Lord, may Your will be done." As I kept asking myself what true prayer really means, I began to ask God even more often. At night, before going to bed, I would ask, "Lord, why should we pray? What is the true meaning of prayer? What kind of prayer pleases You?" The next morning during breakfast, I wanted to answer my child's question from the night before. I didn't have a clear answer, but it felt as if God gave me the words I needed. "I'm not completely sure," I said, "but this is what I think prayer is. You don't always have to tell me you're hungry, do you? Even when you don't say it, I still prepare meals. When the seasons change, I buy you clothes. I know what you need and I try to give you the best. Sometimes I give even when you don't ask, and sometimes I don't give even if you ask, because I know it might not be good for you. But imagine if you said to me, 'Mom, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You'll give me what I need anyway, so what's the point?' That would break my heart. Because that would mean you only talked to me when you wanted something, not because you loved me. Of course, I would still give you what you need, but my heart would be sad. I want you to love me, to talk with me, and to share your thoughts and feelings with me, not because you want something, but simply because you love me." That's what prayer is like with God. Prayer is not just asking for things, it's talking with Him. It's sharing your heart, your joys and sorrows, your questions and gratitude. When you see a beautiful flower and say, God, how can something be so beautiful? That's prayer. When you feel sad and whisper, Lord, why does my heart hurt so much? That's prayer too. Prayer is not only asking and waiting for an answer. It's building a relationship through constant conversation with Him. Then how can I hear God's voice? My child asked. Listen carefully, I said. God is always speaking. To hear Him, you need a heart that's willing to listen. He speaks through the Bible, through friends or family, through things that happen in your life, sometimes through the weather or nature itself. Even a flower blooming by the road can carry a message from God. God speaks in many ways, but to hear Him, we must prepare our hearts. When we pray, we open our hearts to Him, and when we truly listen, He will surely answer. God already knows everything we need. Even if we don't pray, He still gives what is best for us. But prayer helps us draw closer to Him. Just as I long to talk with you every day, God longs to talk with us too. Through prayer, we come to know His peace, His joy, and His love. Whatever the outcome of prayer may be, it is all in His will. But through that process, we grow closer to Him and begin to understand His heart. Through that conversation with my child, I found myself reflecting again. Why should I pray? What does prayer really mean? What kind of prayer pleases God? God continues to speak to me even through moments like this. Prayer is not a tool for getting what I want, but a time to build a relationship with Him and to listen to His voice. It is how I draw closer to God, hear His guidance, and follow His will. That's why I continue to pray, not to change His mind, but to walk with Him in every season of my life. This is why, even when everything is already in God's hands, I still pray.